Last night in Oklahoma City for Game 5 of a 2-2 Western Conference Final, and here we go. Wembanyama getting fired up before the game, but it was pretty clear he was feeling the fatigue. And Big Perk, how about Alex Caruso off the bench?
He's been the best player in the conference finals for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Whatever they need, he's been providing, especially the scoring off the bench and being able to knock down shots. But I'm going to tell you, Greeny, Chet Holmgren finally arrived to the conference finals last night.
And what is this moment?
Double-double.
Watch this. Watch as they're walking off the floor, Wembanyama. Little chest. What do we think of this here?
That's bone on bone.
Wemby wanted smoke. Chet didn't. Chet kept walking.
Wembanyama, frustrated, early. Didn't look like he had a usual pep in his step. Then it's Caruso. We'll give and go with Shea. Caruso had 22 points and 6 assists. Off the bench, could he be a candidate for MVP of the Western Conference Finals?
Yes.
Then it's SGA Monica. Look what he does to Wembanyama on this
Getting
play.
back to the mid-range, back to the butter from Shea. I mean, this is just an outstanding move, but I think in this postseason run, SGA is still looking to come back to who he's been, the MVP caliber player.
Late in the half, it's SGA again. Remember, OKC only scored 38 points in the first half of Game 4. They had 69 last night, up 11. Third quarter, it's a 13-point game. Vinny, Jared McCain has been really good.
Another man's trash is somehow Sam Presti's treasure. Thank you, Philadelphia and Daryl Morey.
And look at him get this tough shot to go with De'Aaron Fox holding on to his arm. Thunder open a 15-point lead. Next possession, Michael, SGA calling his own number.
And pulled up. Probably waiting the defender, waiting on him to go mid-range. No. Pull up and take the three.
Wembanyama trying to get everybody going in the huddle. Il n'y a pas de problème. But it didn't work. Je suis très triste. Il y a problème avec ça. And there he goes. Up and it's good. Sacre bleu. Vive la France. C'est magnifique. Wemby, 20 points. He was only 4 of 15 from the floor in this game.
You're going to get a text from Tony Parker.
I'll bring it back to English. That's McCain. McCain had 20 points in his first career playoff start. We're going to do this in Spanish. We can do that as well. SGA, 32 points and 9 assists.
What about Canadian?
Thunder va ganar. The Canadian, well, you know. Anyway, starring in Game 4. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about here. Victor Wembanyama really struggled last night is what I'm trying to say. He shot just 4 of 15. He had 27%, his worst shooting performance, but maybe more significantly on the defensive end, where he affects the game in ways that maybe no one ever has. He allowed 11 of 16 shooting, which is 69%, which is certainly not like him. And for the new audience joining us here at the beginning of the second hour, Big Perk, I think there's a feeling that maybe Wembanyama, and this is not necessarily a criticism, is running out of gas after all that he has carried this year.
Well, he got outplayed by Isaiah Hartenstein. Let's make that clear. But again, when you talk about Wemby, he's new to this, right? And we just had a great debate between Vinny and Will Barn about Jordan and Isaiah, Chicago bad boys. But realistically, what made Michael Jordan is that he had to try to get through the Pistons.
Yep, that's exactly
he had to go hit the weight room. He had to know what it felt like for the physicality and the longevity to get through a long run to try to win the NBA championship. If winning the NBA championship was easy, everybody would have a ring. Mm-hmm. It is not. You have to go through the trenches. You have to do the little things. Like, I think of the series when I had to battle Dwight Howard. Now, you got me going back in the time. And I had to guard him. And I had to guard him one-on-one. Listen, I had to do the extra, right, because of the physicality. After the series, I was done. I told Doc them, I ain't got nothing out of me no more. Y'all signed Dwight Howard. He was my assignment. I had him one-on-one, but I had to do the extra late-night cold tub, right? Calling the trainers nonstop in the hotel room for treatment. You have to go through that process, but you have to go through it.
Is there an element of maturing that we're seeing? I mean, simply like we overreact to every game because that's what the NBA is. After Game 4, San Antonio had played their way back into it. Now we're talking this morning like they've lost, which obviously they haven't. They still have a shot. But last night, just the way Wembanyama looked, I thought it was, if I'm a fan of theirs, it was alarming to the extent that it looked like he was trying and just didn't have it left to sum it up.
It's the first time all season he looked human.
Yeah.
And we talk about alien and all these things, which are complimentary.
Yeah.
And Greeny, you said something I really find interesting about may get to be the face of the league. He's not the best player technically yet, but he is the face of the league internationally. It's interesting to talk to people who travel and they're overseas right now, basketball fanatics. You could be anywhere in Europe, Asia, Africa. Wembanyama is something they understand and are completely either fascinated with, obsessed by, but he looked human last night. And the question is, can he come up with 2 superhuman games against that team in 2 games, in 2 tries? He only gets 2.
Monica, let's start with 1. Can he come up with 1? Can he force a Game 7 when they head back home tomorrow night?
I do expect the Spurs and Wembanyama to force a Game 7, and it is because of the ebbs and flows of this series so far. The Thunder have not been as untouchable as we thought they were in the regular season in this postseason. And I think, to me, you could look at the box scores through this series and be like, oh, they must have won the last game, because the team that exerts the most effort to get the win looks flat to me in the next game. And I'm just not sure that the Thunder have solved that, particularly with their injuries.
I think there's a point in every playoff season, I'm sure Wilbon can speak to this. There's a point in every playoff series where both teams know who the best team is, and the series starts to take its shape. San Antonio, I look at Dylan Harper, rookie. Vassell, young player. Stephon Castle, young player. Big Vic. This is their first time going through this.
Yep.
You have fatigue. Like me and Perk were talking about it in the hallway. Playoff basketball is more akin to wrestling than it is regular season basketball. And they are learning how fatiguing this is. Victor Wembanyama plays 10 more minutes a game in the playoffs in the regular season, and he's supposed to be at peak optimal? No, I don't.
Amen to what Vinny said. Just to add one thing. The emotions of it, which I know you can speak to.
Yeah.
To be in an NBA locker room in the postseason, it is so quiet. There's just not the usual chatter and socializing, even among teammates who love each other. It is so exacting, right?
Yeah.
And so emotionally, what I thought all season, Greeny, is they're going to be great. Look. Victor Wembanyama's going to win championships, plural, with health. Many, maybe.
Yeah.
But the emotion of going through this the first time and how tumultuous it is, I don't think they're up to that just yet.
Not only that, but it feels to me, Big Perk, and maybe we can dive into this a little bit later this morning. You were given an almost impossible assignment. Guard Dwight Howard one-on-one. Wembanyama's is guard.
Possible.
Possible because you did.
I did.
My point is, his assignment is guard everyone.
Right.
His assignment is basically you guard all 5 guys. He's taking all 5 guys on the defensive side. He's expected to block every shot that comes in, or at least alter every decision when guys want to come in, and he's defending on the perimeter.
I agree, and we're to the point now where we're looking at the Spurs and we're saying help a brother out. Offensively.
Yeah.
Who is going to be that Robin? You can't ask Stephon Castle to guard SGA, the MVP, back-to-back MVP, and put up buckets. But I'm going to say this real quick. The little things matter. Like, if you're Mitch Johnson, say if you're going to San Antonio, and I believe that they're going to get Game 6, right? Right after Game 6, the Thunder jet is going to be on the runway. The Spurs need to have their jet ready as well. Like, you fly out that night. Yeah, you fly out that night, not the next day. It's little things that add up. Like, not flying in the day before, getting in that evening at 6 o'clock, and then all. No. They leave, we leave. Like, that type of thing matters, and people may say, oh, Perk, it's a dumb thing. No, it's a real thing, because we've done it. You got to put yourself at an advantage or put yourself in position the best way possible to be successful.
The great Michael Wilbon on his way over to do First Take. Always our pleasure. Yes, sir. We'll have him here.
Vinny got me all riled up.
That's not my ex-name.
Kevin.
Spurs Game 5. Thunder 9 straight playoff wins following a loss SGA. After Game 4, talking about those L's that he turned into lessons. Take a listen to him at the podium.
Whether you win or lose, you want to learn the lessons from the game. And when you lose, they're a little bit louder. The lessons are a little bit louder, and that's just how we view it.
All I saw were the diamonds dancing, but you know what? Look, you know what? What he said was important too. Chet Holmgren drives, lays it after scoring 10 points in Game 4. Holmgren scores 16 in Game 5, his most in any game this series over the third quarter. SGA, step back 3, that's money. And after scoring 19 points in Game 4, he scores 32 points in Game 5. There's a trend here. Fourth quarter, Jared McCain buries the 3. After scoring just 4 points in Game 4, scored 20 in Game 5, his first career playoff start. And how about the ball Mamba? Splashing the 3 right there from the corner. After going scoreless in Game 4, he scored 22 points off the bench. Game 5, Thunder win it 127-114.
I think we just learned from our mistakes. We learned from what we talked about as a group, and we just applied it tonight. I think that is the most important thing. Like, a series, especially against a good team, is like a chess match. Like, you go back and forth with adjustments and game plans and switching to things and trying new things. And I think, like, they obviously punched us really good in Game 4, and we got better than the team that played Game 4 for Game 5.
We did not put ourselves in position enough to be successful on each possession. And so, to beat a team of this caliber in their building, what's the stakes will need to be a lot better to give yourself a chance.
How did you think Victor played, and can you do more to get him going?
We're going to need to. He's got to take more than 15 shots, even with the free throws. And, yeah, he's going to have to score more than 20 points for sure.
Pleasure to be joined now by the one and only Michael Wilbon this morning on SportsCenter. And as we just heard there from San Antonio's coach, Michael, Wemby took just 15 shots last night, had just 20 points, 12 of those coming from the free throw line. So how can San Antonio get him more involved offensively for Game 6?
Yeah, Tyler, I don't know if that's the question. The question is, can Wemby get himself more involved? And that's, what we heard his coach sort of just speak to without saying it in those words. Look, we have a lot of world-class analysts, many of my friends on this network, who will talk about strategically what it is they need to do and more movement and how many feet from the basket and all that. Some things are attitudinal, particularly in the playoffs, particularly deep in the playoffs, particularly when, you may need to win a game on the road in the playoffs. So, Wembanyama, come on now, you're down in the series, and this is what, when people talk about youth, I wasn't talking about actual age. You're talking about experience or inexperience in these moments. Not all the moments, in the playoff moments. OKC's been there, done that, and they took a step very quickly after having their hearts broken, a couple of seasons ago late in the playoff series. So Shai Gilgeous-Alexander knows what that feels like. Wembanyama doesn't yet, not fully, and he's trying to avoid it. It's on him. He's going to have to be more assertive. He's a guy we know during timeouts. He will talk to the team as he did last night. He's going to talk to the team maybe, but also himself. And 15 shots, as we heard, ain't going to get it.
Yeah, you mentioned it right there, OKC with their experience, now just one win away from a second consecutive finals appearance. What stood out to you about OKC's win last night?
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, as always. Look, Caruso's been a revelation in the playoffs. You knew he could do these things. I mean, he's done them. He did them in Los Angeles in the bubble. He can do. But right now, he is coming up so clutch. He does not look like a role player. He looks like a star. But Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, yesterday talking about this, and, Tony and I on PTI, we were talking about, what has to happen. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has to happen. He needed to have that talk with himself and be assertive last night, like Wembanyama's going to have to be before Game 6 or 7. He's going to have to know before Game 6 because they're on the verge of elimination. But SGA, to me, his superpower, guys, is his calm. There are a lot of players who are physically as talented, who can physically do the things that SGA can do. Do they have his calm and his intellect and his ability? Look at him after the games. His ability to dissect and know what immediately has to be done, and then bring himself down to that moment when the next game starts to do it. That's what SGA was able to do. He hasn't done it every game in the playoffs, but in this series, when they had to have it, Game 2, Game 3, Game 5, he produced it. That's what MVPs do.